Savage just never got the chance. Teams are looking every which direction. The moment the audio cue sounds out, another player is looking to close in, but even still, Bello at least has one silver lining. And it's a reach in the dark. It's a long shot, but with the way the velocity is thinning out so rapidly, excuse that last reboot that just took place though to bump it right back up to 60, they might not have to worry about search threshold, but first and foremost, Bello has to escape. He needs to just find a way to position himself and make it into the zone to begin with.
But there's another package, another one. See one more.
No, they're both staying. They're both inside of Epic Well and Thomas Savage. Now they're really good opportunity to really went down to easy and sky jump. And you see the mini map in that moment. That's when Bella had no choice. I can't continue to be the hero when you have he is going to get another opportunity here.
7 points of being from solo clutches. That's the story of this season as well. So Bello needs to make it all happen right now, even if it is a solo situation throughout the rest of this game. Really putting themselves under it right now because they've got to make it all happen at the end of this game. And Team Dodo, Sacco, Asia's and Ritual, experimentation, trying different things, staying back inside the storm. They've experimented before.
And this feels like watching a fresh air in action because Agers and Ritual, they evolve all the time in the world. They can do whatever they want. They can get eliminated in the next second, and it wouldn't make a difference. They have secured their spot for the Summit Finals. But now, Sato, Kodasai, they're also looking to take control of their fate and make it onto tomorrow's battle bus. First, they'll have to contend, though, with the team left over at Wonky Land, King and Phaser. But they're not interested. They're just trying to play this one out.
Second is maybe Mr. Savage. Can you survive? Yes, you can. But for now, gone. A little bit of HP. Magnets being passed. Absolutely nothing to their name. And it's
Wait, that clicks?
They're not going to have a lot of time.
That's click. He's out of the store. Click. But Mr. Savage.
Scrapping their way through the end of this game, but at 116, again, they were that team that is on the line. If they could somehow make it out of the zone and start throwing some placement points, they should be
Mr.
okay.
Savage.
No, the storm is moving in. It's
Oh,
going
Mr. Savage out.
to be more difficult for them to get on in here in a good situation. Maybe if they even make it in, they don't have any moves. Mr. Savage doesn't have anything. So if this is going to happen for them, they're doing it in style.
Even when they make it into the zone, though, they'll have that constant looming threat of storm sickness. We haven't seen too many duos threatened by us throughout today's matches, but this would definitely be a circumstance where I could see that taking over just because of how much time Bello has had to position himself inside of storm to bring Savage back. Skydub and Monzi, though, easiest start, chasing down Bello from the beginning, has now left them in a position where they've got ample surge, and they're looking to make their next move.
Juice specifically 100 damage above the threshold. That's what cheating Yanis. They're the ones that are line of sight, and they cause a little bit of a distraction. It does look like cheating was just taken down, leaving Yanis by himself. You got to blame Badil and Juice a little bit for that causing distraction. But at 120 points, inside of that, they are not safe. They still need to perform equally well in this game to secure that spot.
So it's a nightmare situation for them right now. How are they going to handle it? Overdrive grenades going through. They're just decided white line it here. Try and go the easy way through. Get up with this hill. In fourth position for them to find themselves in the rest of the lobby looking to find their way through. Where will they position themselves next? Every single move they make here, Taco, has irresistible.
Grades and visual, they might find themselves a little bit cut off. Bit hesitant to try and move out initially. They knew that Randu was right next door. They didn't want to be at risk of losing their shields. They're going to opt to take a little bit more of an isolated path here. Yeah. Pre-existing build.
No caramel. Butter.
So far, so good. Nobody's holding down that ahead of them, and so they will be able to work their way into this next edge zone.
Give or take 3 eliminations for visual rate. That's how close this game actually is. Bello Savage end up in another scuffle, facing the Gerald on the other side, but nothing for the 74 above. They get tagged down yet again. 35, keep falling. They press on to him. Gerald ends up in the home box. They're just trying to fast track in their step. They don't want to give it up here. They're 196 above. Surprisingly, look at their loadouts, and you almost would have never guessed they went down. He takes a big shot, takes a clear foot back. Gerald goes down. Fellow gets sprayed from all around with 25. They lose control. Down. There are no winners in this exchange. No Jacob Mays inside of one out initially, but he is still inside of the storm. Everybody else in the lobby looking his way, waiting for him to try and make his entry point. But Cesar, Xavier, everyone else is looking to shut him out.
Bonus side Sato had a really good off-ball this time. They need to make this game count. Sato going down. Bonus side follows. Gino continue to find their fighting prowess in these lobbies to again solidify their spot in the grand final. They're having fun.
When you just have a
18th
single
place,
courage.
18th place, both of them down, and this is just one of those moments where you have to just hey, nobody passed you on that leaderboard, and maybe even cheering for a team like this, for Chino and Pablo, to take out your competition. They're at 194 points. They've been on fire as of recently, and they don't look to slow down yet. But as we move in this zone, we're going up towards the top of that mountain. So this one, if you don't have enough builds, always prepare for the different elevation changes. Bid you farewell.
No.
Through 14th though, those duos have already been eliminated from this lobby. The cutoff range really appears to be where Josh and Zoe were last seen in that 11th place position, and it's going to be very close here. Great visuals. Trying to do what they can to break leapfrog in the final moments.
But the place not high right now. Chino lost that low down to 6 HP.
Trying to go ahead and shockwave, trying to grab some of the loot, but unfortunately enough, he ends up on the backside of that zone.
Oh, Alex! Power Alex!
Of that position, but for Alex and Franklin,
It's Power Alex!
they got 4 eliminations, 116 points. Not sure what that threshold is now. We indeed with just
Alex was saying earlier on, you want the face of OCE, you want the face of OCE in the top level of competition. Epic well
Up here, find a little bit of loot here of Rama. That's going to be huge for them going into this endgame. Of course, the zone pulling back into that way as well. So they can extend into that zone, but oh no, they're getting knocked off. There's another team spraying at them here. It's not going to be.
so much pressure right now. There's barely going to be above the certain threshold. Still, he has to try and pick up whatever points he can because it is way too much. He can build big combinations to go with it.
So many smaller clutches this season from the deal. What bigger time to do it for him right now? We saw it in the last major one. He came so close to winning the game. All he needs to do now is find a few more of these placement points. Getting into those is going to be so nice.
Fast road team repairs and reclaim that high ground as well. And looking on down to the rest of the lobby, look at this win. They need to win. Yeah, and they're putting themselves in the best position possible to take it. We know high ground wins games, even though low ground might win a championship. It's about qualifying to Sunday. But if Flame comes in, high ground gets contested, fast road key goes down. It's all up to repair.
There's 7 HP and a dream. But everything is probably right underneath it. Too many teams looking his way. They're still managing to drop. Avoid the damage. Clearly, you and Yoda, they are torn nothing at this stage. They want the victory more than anyone in this final moment.
But they don't have to. They're trying to fight. They're trying to find that refresh. It's all a bit of a frenzy right now for Toyota and you, and they're not able to find this high hold successfully. It's absolute chaos. Toyota goes up on the height. They're still trying to hold it, but they don't have the build.
Yeah, they just try and cause havoc, set some of those shots lead through, maybe get the again, 148 points. Someday he can taste it. He is right there. He doesn't even need to do much. He just needs to continue to stay placement point in the game. Big red into the top 10. I think that's the marker he's looking for. Minute goes down. Toyota, they lose their high ground tick.
He's like a duo, like a 10-win, one elimination to kickstart things. But just like that, the scenery can change so quickly with Dion. And the new players are going to be able to keep anything else going. Still, trying to change his fate. He missed out in 2023. He's trying to do it again. 3 eliminations already as a story. Themselves in the standings, and he still wants more.
He feels perfectly well, getting off to the door. He's something different. Can he find this refresh? He absolutely needs it right now. Another 4 seconds in this game. Huge for one of these final moments. They look like they've already qualified through, but why not win it?
Yeah, the mid hit in the back pocket. I'm not sure how much score it's actually tanked at this time, but that could be a second win condition. But up above, uncontested, nobody able to look up. And the only duo left in this game at 180 points, Hobby a minute, and they're firing down onto Epic. Well, these are 2 teams, they don't need to win. They're already qualified, so it really goes down to close. This is your moment. Can't you touch us? There's Hobby a minute. They get the elimination onto Epic. Well, he has more than enough left on the chug to get himself healthy before the inevitable happens. The clash between Titans on and Central. Hobby in a minute, 192 points. Can Ozone do it? Because up they go. A minute. Hobby, they don't want to just take part in day 2. They want to take over. Ozone,
and they will make it into tomorrow's battle bus. Hobby, it's not going to be a bad thing. They can get themselves through the final.
Oh, I'm so happy, man. All the time I put in, all the work, I thought we were going to call yesterday, we done it, but we made it happen. We are able to run it!
This morning you said there were small mistakes to fix. How did you fix them?
We were just uncontested, I'm not gonna lie. Other than when Chap and Flixie tried to grease me, but it didn't work that well the last game, you know what I'm saying?
Looking back to the major finals in your region, a big problem for you was managing that storm surge in the mid-game. Do you feel like it might still pose a challenge?
I think we'll be able to figure everything out by the time finals comes around. We have 12 games, we just wanted to get some extra practice in today to see how they'll play out in the finals.
Absolutely, just 8 games, boys. Do you think it's going to come on top?
I'm gonna come out on top, not an A.
It's gonna be Mexico! I can't wait to see you see Mexico right now! Please, just one more time! Let's send it back to the desk.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Shout out to Hobby in a minute here. Dude, so many things to unpack in that last game. But first, of course, we have to shout out the winners. They get themselves that round. They secure themselves a spot to tomorrow's finals. But what does this mean for the rest of the lobby? For them, obviously, they got to start thinking, all right, prep begins now. Exactly that. I mean, not only do they have to go through this excitement, I'd love to see the representation globally. Javi messaged me yesterday, actually, sent me at the end. He said, Tokada, how do you have more earnings than me? I said, Javi, don't worry. Get through this weekend. Prove that you have what it takes. And I think we're not going to have to wait long for him to pass it.
Tokada flexing his earnings there for everyone, by the way. Good on you. And look, Hobby in a minute. They have been working so hard. Every time I've been in that practice area, I have seen them, what they're doing with their coach, CF, shout out to him. Look, it wasn't the smoothest of days by any means, but what Eminish said as far as using all the games to gather as much information, gather as much experience as possible, and take it into tomorrow, and they deserve to be there at the end of the day. A great win in a game that was so heavily contested, so many many people giving their best final swing to try and make something happen in that game, and these two did it the best.
Pretty crazy too. I don't know if you saw the point threshold right before we cut away there. They're up there. They're in that top 19, which means they will be pulling someone else outside of the top 19 up to fill one of those spots. These standings are going to go crazy. But once again, shout out to them. If you're just tuning in, you have missed some crazy Fortnite action. Here's a look back at the game winners. And as a reminder, every duo who got a victory royale on this page, they went straight through to tomorrow's finals. Depending on where they ended up, they didn't have to play anymore. So last game, it's fine, probably diminished. They got it, and that's what they'll be playing for, the trophy. But boy, so many crazy things. And I'm getting word, the standings are ready. Let's go ahead. Let's see what this starts to look like with so many big names having these big pop-off performances in this last game. Agent Ritual going into #1 seed. Guys, I want to turn attention to 10th place Epic Whale and Pump Epic Whale. Got it. You and me were like, wait, this is the old Epic Whale. Let's see.
What year are we living in? Is this 2019, 2018, 2020 Epic Whale? At one point, I saw a flash from the past when he was looking unstoppable, winning every single FNCS back-to-back on NA West, and now paired up with Pump. We are back at it again at the Major One Summit Land. They have qualified themselves to the Sunday Finals.
Epic Whale, when it mattered the most, stepped up. He was right on that threshold going into this final game, and he did not leave it to chance. I mean, you already said it. He was moving, he was flying. Still plenty to figure out as far as tomorrow goes. But that is what we wanted to see from the veterans, the experienced ones. Epic Whale is one of only 3 players who played in Solo World Cup, Duo World Cup, and every single FNCS land. And so for him now to be making the final in this one, we were talking about players who maybe got to play 2023 upper and lower bracket format and didn't make it through. He failed to turn around. Here in 2026, he makes it through the lower bracket and avenges himself from the past. A great performance to do it as well.
Oh my goodness. Let's take a look. Remember, we need to be in the top 19. 15th place. This last game, he shows it. So much left, Okada. We were falling in perspective, and in that moment, dude, again, it's like they just a blast from the past, getting these long-time OG players showing up massive. Lev, I was getting hyped.
We have seen the deal do this so many times. After some of these moments where he has been down as a solo and just having to stay alive in the game to keep his dreams alive, and he does it here today.
When it mattered most on home turf, the deal did not disappoint. The solo clutch was unreal, racking up elimination after elimination. But all that matters is we will see them tomorrow at the Sunday Finals.
They look so clean. He was actually talking about players that solo clutch factor is critical. And finally, obviously, the team in 19th place, Alex, Restless. We're going to be seeing the title.
The OCE dream stays alive. The champs of Major 1 and OCE have not had the smoothest of days. But again, like we said, when it mattered the most, they stepped up and got the result they needed. This next page, though, is where things start to get sad. I mean, some of the goodbyes we're having to give to some of the players who have walked off the stage now, the likes of Stage Polar Side, Visual Brave, Mr. Savage and Bello. I dropped and Marius. Marius was one of the players on the global stage last year. He was fighting till the very end, giving Squeezy Twizzy the mustache away for their money. And he won't be playing in tomorrow's finals. Janice and cheating. Again, a legendary German player in Janice. Not going to make it through. Toyota and Yuma, the Asian Peterborough. We all want to see these guys playing in the final, but the competition peak is so tight at the top.
I mean, you saw it there, being fans as well. There's so many duos, Okada. It breaks my heart, right? I'd love to make sure every single one of these players got the prize money, the beautiful trophy, but at the end of the day, this is a competition. We are fighting to see who will be the best duo and earn the title of Summit Land Champion. It was very refreshing to see as well so many of these OG players and what kind of force in these solo clutch situations, firing on all cylinders, clutching up in this game when the pressure's on. Think about the experience they've already had. They've been in these situations before, and for just that brief moment, they find that flow state. They go, "Hey, I've been here before. I'm gonna tap into that. Now it's time to plunge."
And the issue is, though, it's just all of this experience, too. We're seeing a lot of these legacy players that have been here before. They were just not able to make it through. But it's that bittersweet moment where you have players like Clicks and Higgs who didn't make it, but you have also up-and-coming rising talent showing what they're capable of on an international stage. But what I'm thinking, too, I mean, a lot of those wonky land teams, Clicks, Higgs, King Phaser, this means some interesting stuff for tomorrow.
Yeah, we can't just move past this though, man. Clicks and Higgs. The start to the year, this duo had all the hype was on Higgs. People highlighted how amazing he was as an individual. The momentum from last year's trio success, everybody believed it carry over into the duos. And even when people tried to build these guys up as a duo, be able to compete and fight to the very end, it just hasn't been good enough. And this result might just be the shot this duo needs, because I think we can all sit here and reasonably say both of these guys are more than good enough to be playing in tomorrow's final. We love seeing them together. They're a fun duo. Whether you like them, whether you don't like them, they are a fun duo. They bring entertainment to not just NA, all of Fortnite. But it needs to be better, and today just not good enough.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like you're saying, we need to shift focus. It needs to be a wake-up call. We have Major 2, we have Second Chance, and then we're going to Belgium. We don't have a ton of time left here to try and secure one of those spots, but ultimately, we still need to give all the teams that made here their flowers, right? Many of them fought through Major 1, then Last Chance, then Second Chance to be here on the stage. So Fortnite fam, even if your favorite duo didn't make it through, make sure to send them some love. They still fought it out on this stage. They brought every single thing they had. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but that does not mean they are not one of the best players in the world. If they weren't, they would not have been competing on this stage. Obviously, boys, sad moment over because you got to shift focus tomorrow. Finals.
I think the great thing about Summit as an event is usually we have these conversations with teams at the end of the year when they fail, they don't have the globals that they were hoping for. For a lot of these teams, a lot of these players, I reckon some of these guys will split over the course of the year. But for a lot of these players, this is the shot they need, so that if they are on that stage at Globals, they can remember this feeling. Some of them are in the back listening to me right now. Remember how you feel right now. Make sure that doesn't happen again in Antwerp.
Boys, what do we think? Tomorrow, finals, we now know the duos are competing. I'd love to hear your expectations going into tomorrow. I think we have to obviously remind ourselves the plans for so many of these duos. Some made it through, they were thinking, hey, upper bracket, I'm just having a plan for upper bracket and finals. Some had to fight their way back through lower bracket, and we can't forget tomorrow is 8 games. It's not 6, it's 8. That changes, even adding a handful game changes so much.
I'm thinking back to 2024 Global Championship. Our winners, Peter Bot and Pollo. We've seen a lot of EU representation, a lot of NA, a lot of what people call smaller regions. But with King Phaser, Click Higgs out of the game, these wonky land duos are no longer looking so strong. We know how Peter Bot and Pollo likes to play. We know that they can perform when it matters the most. So I've got high expectations.
Look, tomorrow. Again. Absolute. I'm telling you. Look, let's dust off the tears, wipe them down, forget all the sadness. The players who are playing are going to put on an absolute show. That is one thing.
What?
That's right. Well, before we
Who's
go,
watching?
start taking the camera, I do want to get production. Give me that graphic. Don't forget, we announced a bunch of things like the new Global Championship date, where we're going, Belgium, a solo event, Major 2, the Last Chance. There's a blog. If this is the first time you're seeing it, go check it out up and come on Twitter. Find the blog, read up yourself. There's brand new power rankings that Lev made a video on. There's an Acts of Unreal. It's Community Day happening right now. Jump in, double XP, typical gamer, got an icon skin. And we have finals tomorrow where we compete for $250,000 if we will come out in first place and the title of Summit Champ. I'm out of breath. Fortnite fam, lock in tomorrow. We run it back 8 games, and it is going to be a movie. Until then, we love you. Keep yourself safe. See you on that battle bus.
Which you're about. Well, what is it? What is it? Thank you guys for watching and peace. I hope you guys liked the NPS. Peace.